You ever mix in a song, you don't have the stems, you're working with the 2-track, you're just working with the beat, and you can't get the vocal to fit. It's either too loud, too quiet, or buried. Feels like it's two different things playing at the same time. These things happen all the time. Let's put an end to that right now. Yo, what's good, guys? Inswain with Inswain Audio. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, make sure to subscribe and stick around because I drop videos just like this every single day. Every day, new tutorial. You're not going to want to miss out. Tips, tricks, music business stuff, all that. Anyways, let's get right into it. So here we got a project pulled up. It's just a vocal and a 2-track. I know you're familiar with this. I see it all the time. I'm going to play it right now to show you to see what we're working with no processing. And then we'll jump into this tutorial. Let's get it.
Still not high, but still got lost. Thrift-shop polos, all the cost. 40s teed up on the course. I just drank them playing golf. Teleport the way I drive when I'm too fucked up inside. Warping lines outside my dashboard. Hope I trace them back.
Okay, so like I said, it's not mixed. So yeah, of course the vocal's going to be a little buried. But let's say we went and we started dressing this mix up, got the vocal mixed a little bit. It's still probably going to sound buried. That's where this trick comes in. So what you're going to do is you're going to process it on the instrumental. This isn't processing on the vocal. We're going to be doing it to the instrumental. So we go on our instrumental track and we pull up Soothe 2 from Oak Sound. This is going to be the trick. So if you don't know, Soothe 2 is like a dynamic resonance suppressor. It kind of acts like a dynamic EQ and it removes frequencies as they become abundant. But it's nice because it's really customizable. You can change the attack and release, the sharpness, the sensitivity. There's a lot more customization than in most standard dynamic EQs, so this gets a little bit more hands-on. But where this trick really stands out is it has a sidechain feature. So what that means is we can sidechain this processing to another signal, meaning we're still going to be processing the instrumental, but what's going to be triggering the frequency reduction is another track. And if you haven't guessed yet, it's the vocal. So in layman's terms, the vocal is going to be controlling what frequencies we take out of the beat. So whenever the vocal has a lot of mid-range, it's going to take mid-range out of the beat. Whenever the vocal has upper mids, low mids, whatever the vocal is doing, it's doing the opposite to the instrumental and ducking those frequencies out, making pockets for the vocal to cut through. And if you set it up properly, you can get it to where you don't feel like you're missing anything from the instrumental, but it feels like the vocal is getting more clear. And that's because those frequencies would have been masking. So we can get it set up perfectly to where it feels like we're not losing anything from the beat, but we're gaining clarity in the vocals, even though we're processing on the instrumental. Stick with me here. Okay, so first you want to make sure down here in the sidechain section, you enable it, of course. And then up here, we're going to choose where we sidechain it to. And I'm going to go to my audio tracks. It's the only other audio track, my vocals. Choose that. So now the processing is being triggered by the vocals. And how Soothe works, it's a little bit weird. This looks like an EQ. It looks like we're boosting frequencies, but actually the more you lift it up is the more of those frequencies you're going to be removing. So what I like to do is I kind of like to try to remove frequencies from the mid-range and the upper mids to take out of the instrumental, but I like to kind of not take it out of the super lows, like the bass and the subs, because I don't want it to interfere with like the 808 and the kick, but you never know. Just use your ears. But yeah, let's set this up.
Still not high, but still got lost. Thrift-shop polos, all the cost. 40s teed up on the course. I just drank them playing golf. Teleport the way I drive when I'm too fucked up inside. Warping lines outside my dashboard. Hope I trace them back. Still not high, but still got lost. Thrift-shop polos, all the cost. 40s teed up on the course. I just drank them playing golf. Teleport the way I drive when I'm too fucked up inside. Warping lines outside my dashboard. Hope I trace them back. Still not high, but still got lost. Thrift-shop polos, all the cost. 40.
And a cool little feature of this is the delta feature. This is the inverse. This is what the processing is removing. So if you turn this on, you can hear what we're taking away. And if you listen to the instrumental, you'll hear what frequencies we're taking away.
Still not high, but still got lost. Thrift-shop polos, all the cost. 40s teed up on the
This can help you dial it in. I hear a lot of hi-hat, and I don't really want to take away that much of the hi-hat, so I might remove some of the highs.
Still not high, but still got lost. Thrift-shop polos, all the cost.
Right, maybe something like that. But it's only important what it sounds like when it's not engaged and it's in the context of the song. So let's listen this way.
Still not high, but still got lost. Thrift-shop polos, all the cost. 40s teed up on the course. I just drank them playing golf. Teleport the way I drive when I'm too fucked up inside. Warping lines outside my dashboard. Hope I trace them back.
All right, so this is pretty decent. You know, if you wanted, you could spend more time dialing it in. But let's listen to it. So here's the bypass. This is bypass. This is enabled. I'm going to let you hear it. It's subtle, but notice how the vocal, when the plugin is bypassed, the vocal feels like it's taking a back seat and it's fighting. And then as soon as we engage the plugin, the vocal's right there in your face, level with the instrumental, and they work together, and it feels like two things playing in harmony. Check it out, starting with the off.
Still not high, but still got lost. Thrift shop polos, all the cost. 40s teed up on the course. I just drank them playing golf. Teleport the way I drive when I'm too fucked up inside. Warping lines outside my dashboard. Hope I trace them back.
So like I said, it's subtle, but it's that last 5% that's going to get your vocal mix to sound professional when you don't have the stems and you're working with a 2-track. All right, one last little bonus tip that I'll show you is what's nice is in Soothe it has mid-side processing. You could do left, right, or mid-side. If you click this, you'll change it from left, right, the default, to mid-side. Now, the reason you might want to do this is because you can have it affect just the middle of the stereo spectrum or the sides or a little bit of both or anything in between. The reason that this is helpful for this specific use is because a lot of times the vocals are in the middle, right? They might be spread a little bit, but for the most part, they're in the middle. But we don't want to take the side frequencies out of the instrumental, right? What if we could just create this pocket of frequencies just down the center of the stereo field and leave the sides unaffected? So the beat kind of feels like it's like, you know, building like a half circle around it or like a half pipe around the vocal, so to speak, if you know what I mean. So what I'll do is I'm going to keep it on mid-side and I'm going to have it processing only the sides or only the mids. We're going to do only the mids here. So now we're going to be taking out these frequencies just in the middle of the stereo field, not the sides. Let's hear what this sounds like.
Still not high, but still got lost. Thrift shop polos, all the cost. 40s teed up on the course. I just drank them playing golf. Teleport the way I drive when I'm too fucked up inside.
So now what it's doing is it's creating this pocket in the middle of the stereo field and in the middle of the frequency spectrum for the vocals to fit through, and the beat can just kind of float around it, and they're going to work together perfectly in harmony. And like I said, you could customize the attack and the release. There's oversampling. This plugin is amazing for doing this trick. I definitely recommend doing it for this. Soothe isn't cheap, but I got it, and this is pretty much all I use it for, and just for this right here alone, I feel like it's worth it personally. So there you have it, guys. Let me know down in the comments below if you have Soothe, if you use it for this, if you're going to try it, or some other alternatives to this trick, because there is other ways to do it with other plugins, but personally, this is my favorite. Anyways, guys, please make sure to like and subscribe. I'd appreciate it. Thanks for joining the family. Inswain with Inswain Audio. I'll see y'all tomorrow, man. Peace.